What's up guys, this is Learning with Rich. So for today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to create a void form. So on my last exercise, I taught you how to create a solid form. Okay, so this time I'm going to create negative geometries to cut solid geometry using the void tool. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, just like my last exercise, I'm going to create a new family just using a generic model here, generic model.rft family template. I just opened this one. Okay, so first things first, if you want to create a void, so make sure you have a solid model. Okay, so that's why I'm going to create just a simple one. So I just create a solid extrusion using a rectangle here. Okay, without any exact distances, and then I select here finish edit mode. Okay, and in the 3D view, okay, so probably I just adjust this one, adjust. And then from the reference level, how many void forms do we have? So we have five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to add additional 4 copies. Okay, all right, 5. Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to use void extrusions. So actually, these void tools, they are counterparts of the solid form. So the idea is just the same. So just like the solid form, void extrusion requires you to create a profile or a shape that is close, no intersection, and no overlapping. Okay, so that's how you do your void extrusion, just like your solid extrusion. But of course, we're going to do it here on our 3D model. So I select the void extrusion. So definition, it creates a 3D shape that is then used to remove part of a 3D solid shape. All right, so void extrusion. Okay, let me just use the rectangle here. And then I create the rectangle. Okay, it's up to you if you want to dimension it exactly or not. If you're following my exercise or if you're following this along with me, okay, so you can put an exact dimension. So I select finish edit mode after you create the profile, and that's it. So modify, and then if I check the 3D view here, you see now your model. Okay, okay. So I'll just adjust this one. Just the void, and there you go. Okay, so you can actually select your solid model, and you can also select your void, whether it be void extrusion, void blend, void sweep. Okay, the thing is you can select your void separately. You can select also your solid model. Okay, so just like your solid forms, if you want to edit your voids, so you just need to select that, and then you can see here edit extrusion, edit revolve, or sweep, or swap blend. Okay, if you want to modify the profile. Right, so that's how you create your void extrusion. Okay, so if you want to create a circle or you want to create a hole here, so let me just show you. So reference level, void extrusion, I just create a circle. Let's say I create here, check the finish, and then in 3D view, where are you? Okay, so that's my void. Okay, you've got to use your view cube efficiently. Alright, so I'll just adjust the circle, void. Okay, there you go. So that's the whole. Right, so that's your void extrusion. Now the next one is void blend. Okay, let me just go first to the reference level. So this is where I'm going to create the void. So I select the void blend. So just like your solid blend, so you need to create two profile, one profile for the bottom and one profile for the top portion, and then you blend it. All right, so I select the void blend, I click this one, As you can see, you are about to create the base boundary. So using the line tool, I click here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure it's closed. So that's my base. So this time I'm going to create the top boundary. Alright, so I select the line. So 1, 2, 3, and then close it. And then I select modify. Alright. And then just select here finish edit mode. There you go. So in 3D view, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the void here, select the front, and I'll just adjust it. Drag all the way up. Alright. Okay. So that's the void using the blend. Okay. So the next one is void revolve. Okay, it creates a 3D shape by sweeping a 2D profile around an axis and uses the 3D shape to remove part of a solid 3D shape. So just like your solid revolve, so you need to create first your, it's either you create first the axis and then the profile, or you create the profile and then the axis. Either way, it's correct. All right, so I'm going to create the void revolve. Okay, so this time I'm going to create that in the front view. Okay, so I go ahead and hit the front view here so I can see it. So I just right click and zoom to fit. Okay, here, so void revolve. So I select void revolve. Okay, and then what I'm going to do first is I'm going to place the work plane to this face, because if I change my view to 3D view, okay, if I select the show here, so you will notice my work plane is actually at the center, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer the work plane to this face, okay, before I create the boundary line or the axis line. So I want to create the void to this face, not at the somewhere middle, okay? So to do that, there's an option here, set work plane. So I select set work plane, and then I select pick a plane, and then OK. And then I'll just select this space, just make sure it's highlighted. So I click. So there you go. So there's now your work plane. Now going back to the front view. So let me just hide the work plane now. Okay. So I'll create first the boundary line. So boundary line using the line tool. Okay. So I'll just create a simple profile. Okay, just like this. So that's the boundary line, and then the next one is axis line. So I select axis line. I'll just create it here. It's okay if your axis line and boundary line overlaps. Okay, as long as it is not the boundary line itself that is overlapping. So you cannot do that. Right. So after I create the boundary line and axis line, so I just select finish edit mode. There you go. And then I select the 3D view. Right. See? So there's your uh, void revolve. Alright, next one is what? Okay, void sweep. So creates a 3D shape by sweeping a 2D profile along a path and uses the resulting 3D shape to remove part of a solid 3D shape. Again, just like your solid sweep, you need to create the path, and then you need to create the profile. Okay, so I'm going to create first the path. So I select solid. I'll just going to do it here in the 3D view. So I select the void sweep. There you go. Okay, so last time when I teach you how to create a solid form, I have used create a sketch path to create my path. Okay, so I use the sketch path option. This time I'm gonna use the pick path option. Okay, so I select this, and then I'm going to pick the edges as my path. So I click this 1, 2, 3. Take note that your path, it doesn't necessarily means that you need to close it. It can be open like this, or if you want, you can close it. Okay. So this is my path. So after you create the path, so I just check this to finish edit mode. There you go. And then I select modify. So as you can see, there's the work plane. So this is where you are going to create the sketch or the profile of your sweep. So again, in 3D view, I select here the front. Okay, so that's my work plane. So after that, I select profile. Because as you can see, I cannot select edit profile option here. So for me to be able to select it, I need to select profile. So I click that, and then I select modify sweep. Then you will see there edit profile. So I click edit profile, and then I create the shape. Okay, right. Okay, so this is now the shape. All right. So the reason my sketch is very thick like this, it's because my thin lines are off. So if I'm going to turn this on, so it will look like just like this one. Okay. Right, then I'll just check the finish, and then modify sweep, check again. There you go. Then click outside. Okay. So as you can see, there's now your model. Okay. All right. Next, the last one is a combination of sweep and blend. So it's called void swept blend. So you need to create two profile, and then you need to create a path. Okay. All right. So let me just select the void swept blend. So I click this one. All right. And then I'll create the path again. So very simple. I just select peak path, or maybe I just select sketch path this time. So sketch path. So I pick from here, and then I pick from a I cannot snap. Okay, I'll just use the other option. So I just close this one. I'll just use peak path. Okay, because I'm doing it here in 3D view, so I just use the peak path. So I just pick this one. Right, so that's my two work plane. So after you create the path, so you just check the finish, and then modify swept blend. You are modifying the profile one. As you can see, it's colored red, so meaning this is your profile one. So you just need to select edit profile. Okay, and then I just change my view to front. Okay, just create a simple sketch, just like this one, just a rectangle. Okay, and then finish again. This time, I select modify swept blend. I select profile number 2. Profile 2, modify swept blend. As you can see, you are now editing the profile 2. So just select the edit profile again. Rectangle. And then I just pick from here to here. Okay. And after that, just finish after you create the profile. And then modify swept blend. Check again. There you go. Select modify. Okay. Right. So basically, that's how you use your void forms. Okay. So you can use void forms in creating your family. Okay. But don't use the void too much in creating your family, because it will make the family file size quite big. Okay. All right. So again, if you have any questions, if you have any comments or suggestions, so you can just put it on the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Once again, this is Rich from Learning with Rich. Have a good day.